I like to, from time to time, to purchase lottery tickets. Not because I think I'm going to win. Well, I hope I'm going to win. But a strange thing happened to me. I once bought a lottery ticket out of excitement and lust for wealth. And after I purchased the ticket, I started feeling rather bad about the whole thing. I started thinking, well, imagine if I won the lottery, how shitty would that be? Right? If I won $50 million, the rest of my life would be awful. No matter what I would do after winning the money, it wouldn't count towards giving me any prestige. And as a human who cares what other people think, and I think that's correct, that's the right way to go about it, that would feel terrible. I would be just the guy who won the lottery. Let's say I was to sit down after having won a certain amount of millions. I was to sit down in a very comfortable chair in a very comfortable room at a very high-end laptop and type away for 5 hours a day because I'd have all the time in the world. Some spectacular novel or book of any kind that became, by some miracle, a bestseller. It would be incredibly easy for any of my detractors to simply say that, well, you know, it's easy to accomplish that kind of feat when you have all the time in the world, you have endless means at your disposal. Maybe I hired a ghostwriter. Living in the lap of luxury, I have all the time and I can hire all the writing gurus to coach me or whatever. Let's say I started a business. I took $10 million, invested it in some grand coffee business, let's say, and it took off and became a $100 million, billion-dollar business. Doesn't matter what it is. People would still claim that it's all due to the fact that I had this obscene amount of money to begin with, which is likely in part true, although I think that taking a $10 million business and turning it into a billion-dollar business is almost as big as taking a $1 business and turning it into a billion-dollar business. It's might be a little higher up, but it's still quite an amazing feat. So when I think about this, I have my lottery ticket. I go, oh crap, if I win, my whole life is just self-indulgence and laziness. And that's the other piece, is that I then worry that I'm not even going to do anything significant with my life. I'm not going to do anything engaging and meaningful because I'm going to be just way too comfortable to do that. And also I'll have that in the back of my head that no matter what I do, even if it is absolutely excellent, won't be seen as such, or even if it is seen as such, there'll always be that sort of but, that little caveat, like, you know, you maybe you did this, but you had a huge advantage that you didn't deserve, that you didn't earn at all. And fair enough. And then you go, well, if that's the case, why don't you then just become resolved to give that money to charity if you win, which no one does ever. But of course, knowing myself as not an entirely selfless individual, there's no way that faced with that kind of temptation to have everything I want, except for prestige maybe, at my disposal, I'm not going to throw that to the wind. I'm too selfish to do that. So I would keep the money. I'd feel crappy about it. I'd give some to my friends and family. That's about the best thing that would come of it. And then live a life of self-indulgence and indolence. And that's pretty sad. So, why do I buy lottery tickets then if it's a negative experience? Well, luckily I never win the lottery, so it's not like I have to actually face that problem, and then something somewhat positive comes from my not winning the lottery. I get a resurgence of excitement and vigor. The dreams, the fantasy doesn't go away, right? The fantasy of having all that money and comfort doesn't go away. And also I'm reminded how much I do actually want to accomplish things. So I go, well, this is great. My path becomes much clearer suddenly, just like that. It should always be that clear, but it isn't. And I'm reminded that I want to do something engaging, I want to do something creative, I want to build something. I basically want to achieve things with my life. And I don't just want things handed to me. And also then understand that luck doesn't just happen. I mean, it sort of does, but you definitely can't bank on that. The only thing that you can bank on is just a hell of a lot of hard work and sacrifice. And that's a pretty uplifting thing. It's very empowering, right? Once you realize that it's not, you can't expect the world to just give you things, that it's basically all you. The world is just going to do itself. And, even if you work hard, things might not exactly turn out your way, but that's the aspect of the world that you do have dominion over. You can control yourself. You can work harder or not hard. And if you work hard, you greatly increase your chances of good things happening to you, of the outcomes you want actually coming about. So that's my spiel about why I purchase lottery tickets once in a while. And how terrible would it be if I made this video and then I won the lottery and then everything I said just happened? That